How's it going, guys? I hope you're all having an awesome day today. So, probably one of my favorite scenes in Revenge of the Sith was this one here, where Palpatine talks to Anakin about Darth Plagueis, telling him that there's an old Sith Lord who knew how to cheat death and save the ones he loved. Something the movie never did was show us just what Anakin did right after learning of this Darth Plagueis that Palpatine spoke of. So after the opera scene, Anakin left to his speeder, which was outlined in the novel itself, as he just sat in it to think deep in thought. He then called Padme and told her something's come up, that he'll be spending the night at the temple and won't come home. As they do their lovey-dovey stuff and she sends him a goodnight kiss, he ends the transmission, and the rest I'll narrate for you. Anakin fired thrusters and slid the speeder expertly into traffic, angling towards the Jedi Temple, because that part, the part about spending the night at the temple, was the part that wasn't a lie. The lie was that he was going to rest, that he was going to even try. How could he rest when every time he closed his eyes, he could see her screaming on the birthing table? Now, the Council's insult burned hotter than ever. He even had a name, a story, a place to start. But how could he explain to the Archives Master why he needed to research a Sith legend of immortality? Maybe he didn't need the Archives after all. The Temple was still the greatest nexus of Force energy on the planet, perhaps even the galaxy. And it was unquestionably the best place in the galaxy for intense, focused meditation. He had much he needed the Force to teach him, and a very short time to learn. He would start by thinking inwards, thinking about himself.
Good.
So what I wish we saw in the movie was this scene right here. Anakin leaving the opera all disgruntled and confused, deep in thought as he races through the Coruscant night sky to the Jedi Temple, to go to the Archives and ask Jocasta Nu to find Darth Plagueis' teachings, or at least some form of immortality hinted in one of the books about the Sith legend. However, we would then see as he thinks further, he realizes that maybe he doesn't need the Archives, that he doesn't even need help from his masters. Rather, he could use the Temple's Force Nexus. Now, that part might be a little bit confusing to some. You see, in the old legends, a dark side nexus resided underneath the Jedi Temple itself, in conjunction with the light side nexus that the Jedi Temple spires emanated as well. This is where Anakin got the idea of becoming all-powerful himself. I mean, he always wanted to be, but now he had reason, and he thought he could do it himself, not relying on the Sith legend, but rather, for the first time, focusing inwards to unlock this knowledge on his own, just as a true Sith would. And so now we can see the small, trickling bit of Sith mentality that kept prodding at Anakin's mind, which kind of helps us understand just how he could cut Master Windu's hand off so easily. As we now see, he's been in this state of mind for quite some time. So I thought this bit was pretty interesting to make a video on. Which video of mine that I've made explaining the novels do you wish we got to see in the films? For me, there's a few, but one that sticks out for the most is probably the one where Mace and Palpatine fight from Anakin's perspective, which just shows them as purple and red blurred speeds of light as they move around faster than his eyes can track. That would have been pretty sweet to see. Well, thanks for watching today's episode, guys. I hope you're all having an awesome day today, and I will see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. I'm working on that fanfiction, everyone. Don't worry. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
the Force will be with you always.